All right, so today's video, we're watching an Orisa in Gold 5. They say, I usually don't submit games where I win because I feel like it's harder to learn from matches where things go well. However, this game was still a close match, and even though we won, things really started falling apart in the second half when they were attacking. I feel like I didn't play as well as I normally would and sort of got carried. I felt pretty lost, especially since I think I'm generally better at defending than attacking. My positioning just feels off, like I'm never quite where I need to be. A lot to unpack with that one, but I think we can do it. Here we go, Orisa gameplay. What's my accent? I'm from Massachusetts, so it's a bit of a... I don't have like a heavy Boston accent, but like some words you can definitely tell. But yeah, maybe what it is. So far, this is normal. Target priority seems fine. Try to throw a melee in there when a D.Va's defense matrix in you. I mean, if you want me to really tell you what you did there, you just need to play corners a little bit more. I find that a lot of people on Orisa just kind of run in the middle of the open, and that's the problem. You just playing Orisa is about playing corners and playing smart. Like it's really just like good position that's gonna keep you there. So we got Orisa, and I think where a lot of Orisa players struggle is that you aren't minimizing the damage that you're taking, which is how, like, some tanks can get away with that more. Orisa is not a stand in the middle of the open type of hero, but a lot of players tend to stand in the middle of the open as Orisa, and that's why Orisa has, like, Orisa's an interesting hero because Orisa, you always hear how good Orisa can be, but has one of the lowest win rates. You can't tell if that's a cat or a pillow. I don't know, you tell me. Nice, Ellie. Good boy. Yeah, he was awake, so I was able to do the pet. Good boy.
Push the payload.
Do you think a lot of people see the Orisa armor and think that they're unkillable? Yeah, I mean, I can see that. But, like, it's really as simple as just playing corners. Like, if you play corners as Orisa, you're going to have a much better time. I mean, real talk, like, so far you've been playing fine. Like, I haven't really, outside of, like, straying away a little bit from your team, like, so far you've been fine on Orisa. It's not like you've gone for backline correctly, you're shooting at the tank when you need to. Like, right here, looking at the Kiriko is the correct play. The D.Va's on high ground, the D.Va's causing pressure, the Kiriko needs to make a play. All of this is the correct decision. That decision to shoot at the Kiriko is actually what led to the Kiriko going in. So it goes back to what I was saying, that was her correct decision. Yeah. Now here you hide. Just hide. Yes. Don't peek. Okay. I do want to talk about this because, like, you end up surviving this, but I want you to understand in these situations that, like, let's pretend they had the other people coming back. The last thing you want to do is go get rolled. If you have a low HP and the card's that close and, like, it's going to be like a 5v3, it's okay to, like, just hide for a second to the side and, like, let your health go back up. Something you can do, what this does, too, is maybe your Mercy gets back, right? Your Mercy's right here. Now, instead of, like, taking, like, the extra, you know, HP you'll get healed from the cart, your Mercy gets a little bit more ult charge. I know it's minimal, but, like, hey, your Mercy just used Valk, so why not start getting that Valk going up quicker? It's little things like that that can make or break games in the long run. Even the ult charge for your Mercy there, like, even if it's only 5%, sometimes that 5% is the difference between getting the ultimate during right when you need it and running back from spawn wishing you had it quicker, right? So just always remember that. You said they were backing off, so why not push the last tiny bit? I'll show you the vision I saw to explain why. Here. So do you see this? This is the part where I wanted to pause it. Technically, the Orisa doesn't see that. So this is a very small thing. All I'm just showing is, like, where you can get a little bit extra ult charge. But my concern is that this Orisa is very close to getting killed by this Ashe. So right now, you don't know this Ashe is backing up. You have no clue. So if you re-peek this within an extra, like, second or two, right, and go right back to the card, there's a chance that Ashe just one-shots the Orisa. You don't know how close that Ashe could have Bob soon, right? Now, with Orisa's dead, the Mercy's forced to res. Okay, great, but res is out now, and then Bob's on the point. D.Va manages to get back. You get a nano on, like, on someone. Now it's Kitsune, and you lose the point. I've seen so many different variations of, like, things that can happen in Overwatch, so I try to, like, showcase that a little bit. He just heard, like, a random truck outside, so now he's looking there. Yeah, once again, going to the cart isn't necessarily a bad play on that one, Smelly Lizard, right? I'm more just saying that it could be a bit safer just to make sure you're getting the L charge for your Mercy and that you don't fall over. That's it. You know what I mean? Like it's that is like I'm like nitpicking at that point, you know? Like it's not like that is like I probably am gonna go to the cart there. I'm just looking at some, you know what I mean? Like it's a small thing, you know? There you go. Good job. Actually, that was a good job by your Venture. It almost worked. Yes, good. I was going to say, you can use your Javelin spin to push that ball back. Yep. Oh, you got the Javelin one. I think that's the normal one that people have been getting. Like, obviously, like, you can go the shield, too. One thing that's been really cool, and actually, I want to pause for a second before I forget. With these perks, has actually created, like, 2 different Orisa playstyles, and I love it. Like, I watched an OWCS match where one Orisa went shield and one Orisa went Javelin spin, and they had such different playstyles, but it was so entertaining to watch. It's almost like in an MMO where you can, like, have, like, a different spec, right? Where you can choose between, like, oh, I'm going to be, like, a Fire Mage or a Frost Mage. Like, I love that. That's so cool. Orisa Shield is back as one of the perks. Yeah, so what you do is you give up Javelin Spin for Shield. So, like, the Javelin Spin is this ability here in a second. You'll see it. Okay, once it happens, this ability right here, you give that up, but you get a shield. Yep. Yep. But, like, that's the perk decision you make. You'll be fine here. Your Mercy wasn't going to be. Okay, I see what you were going for there. Just be careful of, like, you don't need to use that on a D.Va because D.Va can fly out of it. And, like, I think you felt obligated to do that. But, I mean, you've been playing fine so far. Like, I don't really... I think, like, your target priority stuff's been fine. So... So, keep in mind, this game gets a little bit different at a certain point. So right now it seems like a stomp, but apparently the game gets a little bit different. So far, your Orisa gameplay has been fine. Even like the moment I talked about on second point, that was just to talk about like the importance of getting L charge for your supports. That wasn't really like, oh, you played this bad, what are you doing? Is that, you know what I mean? It's kind of Stadium, a little bit, but that's a bit different. Stadium's a bit different than how the perks would work in that situation. Good decision so far, good start. Nice one clip on the Soldier 76 standing still. No idea why they were standing still, but we take those. Here we go. And right now, everything is fine. You're playing close, you're denying the choke. I don't know how I feel about this part, but we'll see. It worked. I'm not gonna... You're playing aggressive. It's fine. Good job. I didn't like how you turned your back to the team, but at the same time, if your teammates follow up with you, that's totally fine. Sometimes it's just how your teammates play it, too. That was totally fine. How come they're spamming every ability? I feel like Orisa... I mean, truthfully, I think Orisa has such a reward and cooldown, like, loop. You can spam your cooldowns. The only cooldown I don't want you ever spamming is your gold. Like, just don't use your gold, which is your shift or whatever, like... whatever you play on, just don't use your gold. That is probably the most important part of all of that. Actually, good peel there. This is my... Yeah, Big slam alert! Good Kasune. Okay, here's my take. Okay, and this is, and people can agree or disagree. I think that when you go for that Rhine in the backline and you hit them with the Javelin, I think you stay main. Because you have your abilities up there and you have the ability to survive that. So I'd rather see you stay main, make sure they don't push through and help the Rhine, and then back up here, because I think your teammates kill them regardless. And even if you back up here, you can shoot the Rhine. The Rhine's going to die there regardless. So I think that would have been the ideal play, but once again, I'm okay with it. Like, it wasn't the worst of options. It was just what I would consider the second option there. Once again, it all worked out, so If it works, right? There's the turn again. I get what you were going for, but I would rather see you engage in with your ultimate than hope they engage into you. That's what you just did. You were trying to basically kill them with your ultimate by hoping they ran into you. Then you just ulted and they stared at you and you fell over. And I know they have a Sombra. Sombra can hack you out of a Orisa. Not to overheat too much. I still overheat when I play Orisa sometimes too, so. I want you to be a little bit closer here, okay? And the reason why you want to be a little bit closer is because you need to be like a wall to them. So look, if I'm on the other team, I want you to kind of see their point of view. So like, let's just like play it from here for a second, then I'll pause. Like I want you to see their point of view, right? If I'm a tank player here or I'm a DPS, when you give me this much space as Orisa at that angle, I'm like, I can push right through this. And what I'm saying is like not stand like right here. I'm talking like play where like your venture is, because at least then you can kind of play cover, but also show that you're right there, okay? Like, you need to be a threat to them. If you let them get through the choke, like we always hear us reference choke, this is a choke, right? A small, like, doorway that doesn't have many access points elsewhere. You have a window that's kind of a choke. You have a doorway here that nobody uses, even though, like, it's a good flank. And then you have a flank over here that takes a year and a half. So, like, usually you have to get through here. So, I think what you would do here is you would actually play a little bit close to the wall, and you play the angle. Like, and you basically just show yourself enough to where they don't feel obligated that they can push in. But look at this. Like, look at their point of view right now. I'm just kind of showing it from, like, the Rhine, like, in the team. Like, they see a lot of space here. When I see this, right? Even after the May wall, when I'm watching this, right? I see a bunch of space. You're still giving that to me. Your venture's technically playing it correctly, right? The venture's technically the one playing it correctly here. And because you're so far back, this Rhine now feels safe to go through, and then your venture dies, I'm pretty sure, here, or gets killed, right? Or, like, they kill your team in general. See? And then you get isolated out, they take map control from you, and then you fall over. Do you see what I mean? All because you just kind of kept there, and then, like, you didn't have the cover, you didn't have the ability to, like, bounce them, like, back with a javelin spin, you had to play defensive. I don't know if, like posture up or whatever, like, however you want to, like, describe that type of play style there with Orisa, but you need to do something rather than just, like, start to fall back a little. Like, that choke is very important to hold in the map. Do your best to hold it. Anyway. I think Stadium's going to be cool. Heck yeah, Tim. Heck yeah. Run away. Get a health pack. Now just get out for a second. Go hide. Just wait. Don't even show yourself. Don't even show yourself. Like, see, like, this is where one of the best things you can do is go left side here. Kind of stay around here and wait and don't show yourself. It actually allows you to do, like, a surprise thing. You kind of took, like, a scenic route. You're like, I'm going to back up. I'm going to go here. The reason why I don't want you to go here, is I don't want you to take a bunch of poke damage, right? You don't want to take poke damage. That simple. You want to minimize the damage. Now your Lucio is pushing up. You're backing up. The point. Why not the... I'm on fire. So instead of rotating through the left side here, right? And then playing, like, right here and just being able to stop the bot, you back up all the way, rotate here, back up, and then they just push the bot point and get it. Meanwhile, you have a May out on point. You get a kill. Oh, excuse me. You get a kill. You're able to hold the point, and then instead you just give them the point for free. That's why, once again, the most important part of Orisa is finding cover, knowing how to navigate that cover, and you're going to have a good time. I'm not sure if they'll ever add something like that with, like, Orisa. Hey, we charge with the javelin, though. You're backing up a lot. Be careful. There you go. Grabbing yourself a health pack, smart play. All right, we're gonna talk about this. Because, like, right now, like, what's happened is you just backed up. You're not playing up. You're not playing up front. You've just backed up. Your third point gameplay is you've been holding your S key. I've not seen you... Go here. You can literally, you have cover from the cart now. If you want to play an angle, go here, and you can back up to the health pack room. Like go here. What, you keep backing up. You're giving up map control. Look what you're doing. Look at the point of view of the other team. Everybody on your team is in front of you. You need to be a statue for your team. Look at how you're playing this. Your whole team is in front, and this is the view they're getting. If I was playing this, I'd be like, I'd be loving this. I'd be like, why is there Orisa playing so far back? Let's go in. You need to be a statue for your team, and the idea is that you need to be the distraction so they can't push past your team and get kills. That your teammates can shoot at them freely, right? There you go. You finally got up there, but like you gave up so much space that... Oh, there we go again. I actually don't mind that ult. You did the thing though where you did a reactionary Orisa rather than a kill Orisa. But either way, you give them so much space there, and you backed up so much, they just inevitably won the fight. Like there was like nothing you could... Like, there was nothing your teammates could do at that point because you weren't creating the space for them. Sometimes as a tank player, you need to create space for your teammates, and that's how your DPS pop off. Like, I'll hear games where people be like, hey, like, you know, my DPS aren't getting kills, what's going on? But sometimes, like, if you're not giving them the space creation, it's like all they're doing is they're shooting shields. And, like, they're getting shot at, and they're taking damage, and they don't know how to play against it because they're just taking a bunch of damage. So, you have to learn to be a bit more aggressive. And aggressive doesn't mean just running into their backline. It just means know the spots to, like, basically make yourself a statue at. And, like, every opportunity you had to do that, you just didn't do it, and now there's time on the clock. I think you would have held if you just started here, and rather than going this way and falling back, just going here, going here. You started Overwatch after watching me? Oh, that's a good thing. Heck yeah. AwCrap. Oh, there you go. I don't mind your selection. You went Javelin and... the other ability one? You're out of position, play corners, play cover, play corners, play cover. You got... Your supports kept you alive there. Corners are important. Don't play in the middle of the open. Good job by your team there. Okay. Well, can you hold Orisa Spear? That's one of the Orisa Spear hold is one of the perks. It's a good perk of that too. It's fun. Absolutely rolled by the TTS or the bot. Good job there. I kind of like that where you can kind of almost time it correctly. You can ult this if you want, but not that way. You keep... Okay, your ultimates need a little bit of work. You keep doing this, like... I mean, you still won the team fight. You keep doing these ultimates that are, like... You're not grabbing them in. Remember, your ultimate pulls people in. So stop, like, using your ultimate, like, hoping they run into your ultimate. Your ultimate pulls them in. Just be within range. Don't just, like, randomly be like, all right, here you go. Like, just have fun. How do you know where to position yourself in games? Cover is the safest position is to have someone next to you, right? What's going to be better? Sitting in the middle of right here where this Torb is, or playing here like this? See, if you play like right here, right? So you're like right here. You can shoot at them. You have cover, fallback. See? That's good position. You move in. You go here. You have cover and fallback. See? That's all it is. Just always have something to hide behind, and then you'll have a much better time. Alice, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you. Appreciate it. There you go. Javelin spin. Yep. Displace the Rhine. I'm okay with that. Play the corner. A lot of your tendency playstyle-wise is to back up, and I think it's because of your position and it isn't as strong. You have this. You feel like you have to back up because you're constantly taking like random poke damage. That's why it's so important to play the corners. I think that's one of the reasons why you struggle on Orisa at times is because you take damage and your like reaction is to just back up over and over again. That's like your vision right now. Like you keep like, so start to play corners, start to like displace people, and then displace them to a safe spot. Also stop Javelin in the Rhine shield. There you go. Now don't go for Rhine. Right now, because I think right now you're questioning this. You're like, should I go kill the Rhine? Or should I go kill people in front of me? Well, the Mei ult's going to cause problems there, but I would go into the team now and kill the team because the Reinhardt will be in your back line, and whatever happens, happens if a Rhine makes a play. But I'd rather play the odds of this one and knowing that, like, there's a good chance you'll win this team fight. Big slam. I'll take that, though. Listen, if the Rhine shatters me and my team wins, I'm still happy. Apparently you didn't win, but hey, you got the ultimate out. All right, there goes that Rhine shield again. Oh, no. It was going to be the Rhine shield, but the Mei lifted you up. Hey, remember, corners now. Stop ending up in the middle of the... This is what I'm talking about. Like, look at you. Does that look like good positioning to you? I mean, technically, there's a world where it could be just because you're creating an off angle, but I would not do this as Orisa in this situation. Like look at this. This is what they see. This is the vision of their team right now. Like, holy crap, what is this Orisa doing? Cover is your friend. To your teammates, they all have cover here. You are not having cover, which means there's a chance you just start backing up. We'll see, though. You do have an ultimate. Correct play. This is the correct play. This is the correct play. This is the correct play. Yes. Stay backline. Yep. Okay, I'm okay with that. That staying up and then killing the Rhine's good. That was a weird-looking javelin. Hey, remember, you have to have them come. You can pull them in with your ult. And... all right. Good job on the Mei. Mei should die there. Nice kill. Nice job. Javelin spin the Rhine. Rhine's dead. That should be the win. So, yeah, I mean, listen. Your Orisa you have good moments on Orisa. A lot of what you do wrong is, like, you just have this... Damn it! What I would work on specifically for you is your positioning's kind of getting you killed a lot. And what's happening is you're tending to go into the middle and then you back up. And that's because you're getting afraid of taking damage. And by the way that you play, it seems like probably anytime you play Orisa that you get rolled because of that. So you constantly play passive. You're like, oh, what did I do wrong? Like, what was hecked up here? What can I do better there? A lot of what you did wrong was like you just were out of position. Stop standing in the middle of the open. Play walls, play corners, play up. Stop backing up. That's why you lost King's Row defense the first time. You just backed up. You backed up the whole time. At no point did you contest their team. You gave up space. It's all about space creation. The more room you create for your DPS, the better. Play corners, play walls, path that way, and you're going to have a good time. Play in the middle of the open, you're going to have to back up because you think you're just basically hecking up. Yeah, don't wide swing, exactly. Other thing I saw out of you, a little bit of cooldown spam. Remember why you're using your cooldowns. You do that right, you'll be in a good spot. Last but not least on this one with your ultimate, pull them into your ult. Just stop using your ultimate and hoping they run into it. Your ultimate's very strong in that sense, so just pull them in, get aggressive with it, and then get the kills. Don't just like pop your ultimate and hope they walk into it. And I think you'll see improvements. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the YouTubes if you haven't. Leave a comment. All of it helps. If you want to submit your own spectator, look in the description below. That's where my Discord is. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch tab below the webcam. Also stream on YouTube, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.